Howdy do! Oh boy, it's Crystal Library Blender time. Ayo. Hi there. Welcome. Woo! How are we doing this wonderful Sunday evening, morning, lunch, brunch sup? Let's go, let's go! Eva Drosen, welcome back! So happy to have you back. We missed you last week. Maybe we needed your help last week. But we figured it out. We did it. I'll show you what I've been cooking. But I want to chat for a second before we get started. Holy smokes. It's blended time! I need your energy, Eva Drosen. I don't know if you guys can tell already, but like, bro. Yo. Yesterday. Oh my god. I'll just say real quick, Crystal is not a party animal. I don't go to parties, but I went to the party of all time. African party happens every year in Inglewood in Cali. It's a pleasure. It's a dream. You probably would have loved it, Eva Trost, and actually next time I'll pass it on if you want to go, but it's just African upon African upon African culture. I am so freaking American, it hurts. I went the first time a few years ago and I literally like cried waterfalls of tears because I'm just like, oh my god, this is what culture feels like? Oh! It's food, it's master drummers from all different kinds of Africa, and it's just a party. And I'm like, man, Africans know how to party, guys. They were going from like, it starts, yeah, I'll tell you next time. And also, if you're interested, I go to class every single Saturday, as well as Thursdays and Fridays. Hit me up if you want to know about African stuff going down in Cali. Because I live there. That's where my sanity comes back from all the stuff that I'm doing. I'm kind of like barely hanging on sometimes, but that gets me through. So yeah, I will send you deets after class for sure. After stream. Text me after stream in the Discord. Remind me, because I'll probably forget. In fact, I'm going to write a sticky note down right now before I forget. Deets incoming. But yeah, it's called Mandingo Night, and it happens usually within like the summer between July and October, August. So it's just a big event with a ton of amazing things, all dedicated to just African culture. And it was all day, like from 12 to 10 p.m. Heck, they were supposed to stop at 10 o'clock, but they did not know how to. And I was like, guys, I gotta go. I gotta be like streaming in the morning, and then at some point I just every single minute I would inch out, but then they'd start like going, like the drums would come back on, and I'm like, fudge, man, I can't get out of here, I'll never leave. So literally yesterday was a blast. All day was a party. I got up at like 6 a.m. went to actually an art modeling gig. I was clothed. But it was wonderful. Lots of old ladies and men with way too much time on their hands. And I just was sitting there getting painted, staring at a tree for like 3 hours. So that was the start of the day. My butt fell asleep halfway through because they had me propped up against a tree. It was very interesting. And then I go to my class every Saturday. So I went to that right after that at like 2 o'clock and partied my life out, got my zen going. And then literally right from there, I went straight to the party, which is like on the other side of the planet. So it was worth the trip. It's just like, oh, I could have died yesterday. I don't have energy. My body is dead. I don't know what my legs feel like, but I feel alive in the best way ever, and I am dead today. So anyway. I might be a little more low energy today, but if I died yesterday, I would have been okay. I would have been mad, because I got a lot of stuff I still got to get done, but I would have been content. So anyway, we're here for Blender Donuts, but also, I feel like I just woke up from a coma. How we doing? So anyway, here we are. Let's jump into stream. I got some donuts done. Last time you were here, Eva Trosen, there was only one donut, and it wasn't even glazed yet. So here we go. It's actually a donut now, yay! And it's kind of colored. I added some few things from where we left off last stream because I had to dash off because I had to have a wonderful conversation with my little god brother, which I need to call again. Hang on. Sticky note number 2. I'm really bad at communications, guys. But also, text info to Evo. Got it. Mandingo night is a blast, but man, Africans don't know when to stop. Man. Oh my god. Yum yummy! They still look like plastic arsenic. Don't eat them. But I got some more done last time. So actually, Ibatrosin, you know what? While we're here, I was going to say, for whatever reason, there's a lamp lighting situation that we did last time where I could rotate the sun. I forget how to do that. Is it in here? I found it. I was looking for the last 30 minutes off stream trying to figure this out. Well, I found it. That's funny. Okay, it's in the environment tab. Now we know. Okay. Ooh, that's fun. I think that's where we live. Yay. That looks nice. Cool. I did it. Yeah! This is, so just to give a heads up to our settings, this is exactly what Donut Guru gave us. We basically have now an environment light. I now see, I was in the materials tab looking for this. It's in the world tab. That's interesting. I should write that down as I learn everything. Let me see. Under world tab. There we go. I wrote it down and I didn't do it. Hi, Goofy! Welcome back! Bro, how you doing? I'm a little tired today, but I'm not explaining again why I'm tired. I'm just exhausted in a really good way. I feel great. Just body hurts everywhere, but in the best way possible. I had the time of my life dancing out at a party yesterday. Anyway, yeah, I'm good. I don't dance at parties. I don't do those kind of parties, not clubs, but African parties. They know how to party. Good Lord, do they know how to party. But anyway, yeah, welcome, bro, welcome. So, yeah, we got some environment lighting happening. I still can't quite figure out how to fix these sprinkles. They're basically still stacked on top of each other, but they now have texture. They did not before. And the one thing I did that I learned, if I go into my, I just figured this out, and I want to share everything that I learned. Is it in my modeling? No. Let's say texture paint. Is it that? Oh, no. Hang on. Let's get out of here, because this is way too crowded. Oh, there's just a floating donut over there. Would you look at that? He's so lonely. Wait a minute. Where is he going? What is that donut? I wanna click on that. Hang on. I never even knew that was there until just now, until I zoomed out of the world. Oh my god. Let's zoom out. There's just a donut over there. Hi. Goodbye. Get out. Okay. Alrighty. I'm gonna go and assume it's one of these. Is it modeling? No. Is it sculpting? I don't think so. UV shading. Shading, maybe? Where are my geometry notes? Aha! I found it. Yes. So in here, I basically had, what is it? Let me see. Where's my icing? Is it sprinklies? No. Where are my sprinklies? Sprinklies? It's one of these. Hang on. I figured it out, and I want to share everything I learned. Floating donut! Yeah, floating purple donut, because it's missing a texture. For whatever reason, in one of the lessons we did like a UV paint texture where there's like a dark and a light and a dark, and it's got like a nice creamy center middle. I guess I never saved that texture, and I don't feel like going back and finding it. So, you know what? This is actually a good point to bring up. To all! Addressing all of my fellow perfectionists out there. Y'all. As one of those people that just loves to make sure everything has to be perfect and hunky-dory. Is this spot-on, perfect, one-to-one to the amazing Blender Guru's tutorial? No. But did I learn a butt ton about Blender while doing this course? Absolutely. Yes. Is it going to be one-to-one? No. And I don't think it matters. At the end of the day, I learned a lot from this course. I feel good that I can at least use Blender moderately okay, and that's enough. That's enough going forward. We gotta practice though. We gotta practice a lot. So here's what I figured out, and this probably is obvious to most Blender users, but if you're brand new to this, I did not know. So what I had before, let me see, can I disconnect this node? Yes. Oh, nope, that's the wrong texture. No, I didn't mean to do that. No. Where's my sprinkles? Oh, there they are. So I think if I zoom in, you'll be able to tell a little better. Oh god. Oh no. Oh no. There we go. Let's get out of render mode. Let's go into Eevee because it's a little less harsh on this system. It's a little hard to see. Yeah. So pay attention to these sprinkles up here. It's a little bit easier to tell now. They're still like overly populated and they don't really know how to spread out. I don't know how to fix that. I don't, maybe if I figure it out, we can figure that out together. A little donut on the side of the stack. Yeah, I tried that, but you know what it is? At some point, and that's why there's a big old gap in front of here, if I try to duplicate my donut, like if I go shifty and I move it here, for whatever reason, I guess the way I had this set up, if I spin it, this happens. The icing and the donut are not one-to-one, they're like dancing around each other. And it was just so much finagling. I spent like an hour trying to figure this out. And I don't know. It's like because maybe they're not exactly on the same plane, the way I linked it, they just don't sit on top of each other. So it rotates weird. So I don't know. So yeah, and that's another thing. Please, by all means, tell me, because I'm still learning Blender. I have no idea how a lot of this stuff works. I'm used to Cinema 4D. That's my bread and butter. I would like to rotate this gigantic donut stack ever so slightly to the right. But when I click on all of them, it definitely doesn't do that. Well, hang on. I gotta click all of these individually. Oh, and this is also another thing. It's not clicking on the donut, it's clicking on the icing. You see that? They don't rotate as a group, they rotate individually. Yeah, I tried that. Global. Whoa. Well, that's the trackball. Nada. They're still rotating individually. And even on local, still the same thing. So, proportional editing, no? Although that's usually the case for the most part. I don't know. Is there a parent? Because this is the collection. I would like to rotate the collection as a stack, but it's not selectable. So I don't know. There's a lot of things that I just am like, Blender, you know what you know when you know. There's just stuff that you know in another place, but it doesn't work in the same place that you're in. That makes sense, right? We're already in lizard brain territory. I'm so chill at this point. I literally went to an amazing class yesterday, and I got high on life. I'm drunk on drums. I don't care today. If it's great, if it's good, it's good. If it's not, I don't even care. It doesn't have to be perfect as long as it's done and we get to the rest of the course. We do have 2 lessons to get to. We're going to try to tackle compositing and animation today. And then the last 2 lessons we'll save for the very end, and that'll be the finale. Final part of Blender. Whoop, whoop! So we got a chunky one to get through, and then the second one will be shorter. And animation. Probably moving the camera. I think that's what we're going to do. That'll be fun. But yes, as far as the basic principle of how to rotate things as a group, linking things, it seems so convoluted, and I'm sure it's not, but my brain just doesn't really get it, and I don't really care enough to figure it out. At some point I do need to, and that'll be a bridge that we cross later. I'm going to procrastinate until it's relevant again. But really quickly, the thing I did want to address. So if I zoom in here, all of these lovely donut sprinkles that are totally not safe for work, you should not eat them. Don't eat gold, children. What I learned, where is it? If I go to my sphere, let's look at the long. Yeah. So, oh no, I reset my camera. No, I don't want to do that. There we go. Get out of here. I'm out of camera mode. Get me out of camera. There we go. Yeah. Here we go. Here's a good angle. If I zoom into my icing and I look at all these sprinkles, what I think initially happened was I had the color chain going to it. And if you look, you notice that it just flattens everything out completely. So I was adjusting my roughness and my diffuse and my specular, and nothing was changing. And I was like, why does it look like booty? Maybe if I go to the render tab, it'll be fine. Maybe if I change it from Eevee to cycles, it'll be fine. But they still look like booty. There's no reflection because it was just taking the random color. That's all it was getting. So you have to go into the BSDF principle, and that is basically housing the rest of all of the texture settings, and then drag that into your end channel and you get all that beautiful texture. Oh, but I forgot, we got to put the color back in. There we go. So you got to pipe everything through, and it wasn't piping all of the other details. So this delicious specular, all of the reflections, all of the gold that you see was not there, and I did not know. So yeah, little things that I'm like, a lot of stuff does bleed through. Most 3D softwares are very similar. It's just the placing of certain things. The buttons do basically the same thing, but where they are very different. Yeah. So there's just little things that I'm learning as I pick things up, and I might actually adjust this reflection of roughness a little bit. We're in World tab? No. I want to just change my specular. I think it's roughness. Yeah. Oh, no, that's my alpha channel. Oh, but that actually is kind of interesting. It's just showing the shadow. Yeah, alright. No, that's not what I want. Is it here? No. Oh, there we go. No, that is, I think, my roughness. Where's my roughness? No, my roughness is connected. It's piped through here. That's right. So if I want it to be shinier... there we go. Yeah. Okay. I think, yeah. So basically that's diffusing it more. The closer it is to white, the more shiny it is. The darker it is, the more diffused it is. So we want it like somewhere in the middle. Let's make it uneven, 0.35. I do like an uneven stack. We get a little bit more of that sheen bean. Yeah, I'll put it back at 0.5. I'm picky. Alright. So yeah, I feel good about where we are with our stack of donuts. I think we can actually move on to the rest of this, which is compositing. Ooh, baby. Yeah, so let's get out of cycles and go back to EV. Oh, also, by the way, this thing in the back, I did not model that. I stole it from Polygon. He told me to do that. So don't be scared if you're like, what are all those spatulas and stuff in the background? Did you model that? No. That's how that works. Oh, did I teach you something, Evatrosin? Hi, my Sardio! Hi, VA Sardio! Yeah, welcome! It's Blender time. Completely different from what I usually do on Tuesdays, but welcome! How you doing? We're gonna get to the rest of this course now, so I can finally learn how to do Blender so we can do some 3D anatomy in Blender! I want to draw arms. I want to make this thing in 3D and then rotate and then look at it and go, oh my god, there's 20 muscles in here and I can see all 30,000 of them. Please, let's do that. So yeah, we're learning Blender just to finally break my brain through there. You're definitely terrified. Yeah, I'm still not quite understanding that myself, but the gist of it was, I think the other thing is where we left off, for whatever reason, this is supposed to be brown. This is supposed to be like chocolate. That's the texture I gave it, but when I zoom in, I guess the subsurface scattering is making it like pink. Oh, I'm animating. No, I don't want to do that. So when you look at it, like the edge of it is brown. It's still supposed to be like a chocolate texture, but we're getting some pink icing, so I don't know why. I don't feel like changing it. Why are my streams so short? Wait, what do you mean? Oh, you mean my art streams? I can't stream all day. I'm not a Twitch streamer, guys. I can't go like 8, 12 hours. That's not... I'm doing pretty good at 3, maybe 4 if I push it. But also, my cat's bellies are usually the answer as to why I can't do things. But we stream later in the day, and we go a little longer usually here until I get it right. I think the foot stream we did, yes, there was a foot stream. The foot stream was 8 hours, 7 hours, which is I think the longest I've ever gone, because I couldn't figure out how to draw feet. So, don't worry, get ready for that. We'll be back. As soon as we get back to anatomy, I'm gonna have to break my brain and like hit walls a bunch of times until it finally sinks in, and the first few streams are gonna suck. So it's probably gonna be like 3 hours longer. You are done with your leg anatomy. I am! Yes, I've completed the leg anatomy, as well as I have completed the whole course in my brain, but all that's on camera on stream is legs down. So we're gonna go back to the beginning of my anatomy journey after we finish Blender and go from like head to toe, all the stuff that I've already learned. And hopefully I can give you guys some insights as to everything that I've figured out and give you guys basically the cheat sheet codes and answers to most of the stuff. So if you are following my course, I'll be doing it through Proco. His YouTube course is free, but of course you are welcome to, how many times can I say course? You are welcome to purchase it on his website, which is a bit of a pretty penny, but I think it's worth the price if you really like anatomy. So anyway, I'm here to basically be your student guide to help you learn anatomy, and we can learn it together, because it's a lot. It's a lot. And then animal anatomy, and then creature anatomy, and oh god, I'm just so excited. So anyway, learning stuff makes me excited. It's waking me up, actually, because I'm super sleepy. But we're here. We're here to draw some... We're here to composite some dunguts. So let's get started. Alrighty. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Streams are probably shorter these days because I'm just following a tutorial, but I don't know. It depends on how long it takes for me to figure things out. So if I'm still banging my head against a wall an hour later, we're not going anywhere. Alright, thank you, Lonk. Thank you, Breath of the Wild, for good chill vibes. Oh, and last thing. Sorry, I have to mention this. So, I do happen to have a Patreon. It's not much yet, but I'm trying to grow it. And if you, by any chance, are curious about any of the stuff we're learning, I do take active notes on everything I've ever learned before, related to motion design and graphic design mostly. My anatomy stuff I'm keeping in a separate section. But if you would like access to any of my studies, as well as my anatomy studies, all the notes that I'll be taking, you're going to hear me doing this the whole time. So just a heads up, I'm taking notes on all of the stuff that I'm learning. And if you would like to purchase it, I happen to have a Patreon where you can access all about 100 pages plus of just knowledge that I've compiled for over the last 10 years of my life. And you can just have it for $3 on Patreon. Go get it if you want. Alrighty. So everything I learn, you can learn, and I'm typing it live. So if you have it, you can just see me typing in real time and go, wow, Crystal doesn't know how to spell. Alrighty, I'm gonna take a sippy sip of my tea. It's gonna make me have to pee. It's gonna give me a good energy. Let's get started. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go.
We are on the home stretch. Well done for sticking with the series. It's a lot of work, a lot to retain, but well done for sticking with it. Now, a couple of things before we jump into compositing, fun compositing stuff. I noticed a couple of things that I could tweak to the lighting just to improve it. And it's important we do it now because what we're going to do next relies on the lighting being correct. So the first is I noticed that the light rotation, it would be a little bit better if I rotated it so it's almost like a 90-degree, like completely side on to the donuts. Nice. So that's pretty simple change.
I fixed my
the
lighting.
other one I noticed is that I'm getting this like kind of ugly bounce light coming off this, both the plate and the table. So to fix that, I can just move.
Where did my
go to
donuts
edit
go?
mode, edge select mode, select the edge of this window, and then if I just drag it, you'll see that the light just disappears off the front there.
Oh god.
And now I have controlled the light.
There they are.
Now the other thing, speaking of control, I noticed looking at this wall, like I was trying to tweak it and just try to improve it, but this is like a huge source of light, right? And so if you look on our donut, it's not very controlled, right? I could either, if I want to fill in this space, I could increase the brightness of that wall, but you can see it throws light just everywhere, and I don't really have any control over it. So, change my mind. Let's not use that as a fill source. Let's just drop the value to 0, so there is now no light coming off of that wall. It is a black void. Which is actually pretty, I mean, that's like a photographer holding up a black fill card next to a face.
Yeah.
And instead...
Excuse you.
Excuse me.
You alright, sir?
Okay. Quick break there.
Oh no! Don't have lightning.
Instead,
I'm sorry to hear that, sir.
I'm going to add in a lamp, okay? So I'm going to shift right mouse click so that I drop it on the ground here in front.
Wait, what? You changed your origin point by doing what?
So I'm going to shift right mouse click so that I drop it on the ground here in front. To the side. And then I'm going to go Shift A, and I'm going to add in not a point lamp, not a sun, but an area lamp.
Oh.
Okay, so this is what
area
it looks like.
lighting is nice.
It's just, it looks like a plane, right?
Yeah.
Flat square thing, and it casts it
Please
in
be
the
careful.
direction of that
Where can you
arrow.
access my notes?
So I want to rotate
in my Patreon. Scroll down in the description to find it. It's only $3 if you want to go get it. You also get access to my Discord, which has more than just my notes. Lots and lots of stuff. Go get it.
along the y-axis.
If you have the ability to.
Just
I'd be
holding down
very
control,
grateful.
and in the top left you can see we get a 90-degree angle, so that's what I'm looking for. And then the size of this, I want to drop the size in the setting there. Okay,
wait. Okay. I go. I'm holding shift or control. Oh god, this is a really bad angle to see this. Wait a minute. Wait, hang on. Oh no, trackball. Oh no. Oh, there we go. Oh, I see. Shift slows it down. Control locks it. Is that 90? There's a place to see it. There we go. Top left. You see that number? In the very top left. There's a rotation dash number changing. There we go. That's 90 degrees. And I'm going to probably move it forward a little bit. Let's go. Testing my knowledge so far. That's the Z. I want the Y. It's very hard to see at this angle. Oh god. Oh god. Hang on. What if I just... That's another thing. I like these shortcuts to just use the arrows. I would prefer to just use the arrows. When I hold grab, it does all of that. I really don't like that. That makes me sad and angry. But I'll get used to it. I will get used to it. Whoa! R. Yeah. Okay. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, our light is over here. We need a fill light, so I'm gonna try to drag this around. So many things that I would just be able to do so easily in Cinema 4D. Like if I had a target tag, I can just move it over there and it would still be facing it, but I probably have to rotate it in the same direction. Urgh! It makes me angry. But no, we're learning. I'm just used to what I'm used to. I'm an old fogey who doesn't like change. Makes it really silly as to why I started this channel, which is dedicated to learning new things. 90 degrees, great, and now we're at an angle. Sure, to the back wall. Alrighty, let's see what that looks like. This is probably really bright. Oh, it like filled it in some. Okay. So without it, okay, it's hard to tell. Maybe if we go back to cycles. Let's see what that looks like. Actually, that didn't do anything. Is it even on? This light is not even on. Or no, I know what it is. What if it's facing the wrong way? That would probably be the case. That would be very silly if that's the case. It is facing the wrong way. You see that? That's the light going in the other direction. That's so funny. Not a problem, VA Cyro. I'm so grateful that you are here in the first place. You have a wonderful time. Have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll be doing Blender for one more week, and then we'll come back to Anatomy. If you can make it to a stream, I hope you can. We'll learn a lot more stuff there. So thanks so much. Have a wonderful day, dude. /dudette. Alrighty. Give me my area light. It doesn't belong in the donuts. It belongs over here. Put it there. Rotate 180 degrees. That way. Yeah, there we go. And now, it's still oh so bright. It's not even there. I don't even think it's really on. Let's maybe up the intensity a little bit. Here? Oh no. Power. Whoa! There we go. Oh, that bounce light is very intense, but very nice. I actually kind of like it. Let's maybe warm it up a little bit. And, oh yeah. Ooh! Nice and bright sunny afternoon. It's like a nice and sunny afternoon. In the golden afternoon. That's pretty. 75. Yeah.
Really small, actually. And now, if I pull in close with rendered view mode, we should see a lot more control over where that fill light goes. All right, so I can pull it in.
You have a denoiser
nice
on,
and
I
close.
just noticed.
Right.
My render is not that fast.
That's
so
obviously
I'm not
way
do
too
that.
bright. So I'll just now dial that back like so. And I can now pull it forward so that I,
like
get
my
the fill
lighting,
light
actually, the way I had
exactly
it.
where I want.
Without.
But that's, you know, that's
But it's a
3D,
little
right? You
dark,
try
so
out
I
an
don't mind
idea,
it.
you're like, okay, that could
keep it
work,
there.
and then you look at it and you're like, maybe not. You know, I'll try a different one. But yeah, so I'm just going to give it a bit of a yellowy tint, and that's better.
Oh, don't do that, guys.
Awesome.
That's so bad for
Okay,
you.
so
Oh, it felt
now
great,
we
though.
can do some compositing. But first of all, what is it? Well, the compositor is a way to add effects to the final render. So that could be everything
Ooh,
from
that's
a
a
simple
cool thing
color
we can
grade
do in
to
here.
like really
Thought that was only
stylized
exclusive to 3D
renders.
renders.
So in our case, we're going to use it to add glare to better emulate a camera.
Optical
That's really the purpose of this
on
tutorial.
this?
So at the
please,
top
please,
of your
please.
screen, click on the Compositor tab.
Of course there's
So this
a
will
compositing tab.
arrange your
Renders.
screen again,
Blender's so smart.
disorient you for a moment. But yeah,
where did
wouldn't
my
you
things
believe
go?
it? It's
Oh, dear.
another node screen. So
Nodes!
click
I
Use
love
Nodes
nodes.
at the top there. For
I love
whatever
that Blender
reason,
loves
they always
nodes.
appear off your screen, at least in my case.
Where
maybe
is it, though?
appears on yours. But if you middle mouse up or just scroll down, you should be able to see it. Or you can just hit the home key as well, and that'll bring it into focus.
Home?
So it's actually pretty similar to like geometry nodes in the on the
Wait a
left hand
minute, I'm not seeing anything. Oh my god, is this like Fusion in Blender? We get Fusion inside Blender! I'm awake. All of a sudden I'm awake. Okay, hold on though. I don't see it. I'm supposed to see nodes, I don't see anything. I'm like clicking and dragging and nothing is there. Scrolling is doing nothing. Home is doing nothing. That's moving this. Holding Alt and middle mouse dragging is doing that. Am I supposed to see something? Is it because I have nothing in my scene? Home. Home. H did nothing. I don't understand. Mr. Andrew! Help! If I click on this. No. Click use nodes. Oh, you're kidding me. You're kidding me. Thank you. What would I do without you? Let's write that down. Oh my god! Compositing tab. I learned a thing. Thank you, Ibatrosin. I'm such a genius. Thank God for you. We would have been here for 4 more hours. That's usually how it goes. I futz around until I find the button that does it, but somebody could tell me and it would take less than 5 minutes. Instead of 5 hours, it took 5 minutes. Thank you. It's like DaVinci. Oh, I do love DaVinci Resolve. Oh. Well, the fact that it's nodes makes me even more excited. This means I can just get Photoshoppy with it. That's exciting. All right, Compositing tab. Click Use Nodes, or check Use Nodes. Excuse me. Cool. 3D motion graphics in itself. That's when you get all the fancy effects like grease pencil and stuff, I'm assuming. Because people are making some nasty renders with Blender, and it's making me excited. I still really want to learn about simulations, and I want to know, is that built into Blender, or that's a third-party plugin I have to purchase? If it is, then dang. But if Blender has its own in-house simulation system, I'm done. That's it. Particles, lava, water, fluid. I'm like, It has to be like good though. Otherwise, I still have to learn Houdini. All right, go.
Side, this is your original, like what you've started with, your original render, and then on the right-hand side, it's going to be your final output, like that's what's going to be saved to an image. And then in between here, you can put whatever it is you want. You could put
like
a color grade. You could do some post-processing glare and shine and things like that.
You can see what I'm doing.
But before we can see anything, because normally you would see your results here, we can't for 2 reasons. The first is we haven't done a render, okay? It's not enough to just look in like rendered view mode here, right? This is just like a temporary view whilst we're moving around. We have to do a proper render by hitting F12. But if we did one right now, we'd be waiting a while.
Wait a minute. I think this man has an intermediate course. I might have to look at it, but only after we suffer through Blender for a few months first. Let's look at all of the stuff that I don't understand about Blender, and then learn that, and then we can come back and maybe figure out all that cool stuff. Send me courses, guys. If it's free, we can learn it together. I'm in. Plugins are the cherry on top. You can get them if you want. Woo! I mean, I do love me some plugins. They most of the time cost a pretty penny. X particles is the number one that I'm thinking. They got a really nice fluid simulation. But if we get to like growth and plant textures, I'm all about simulations, guys. Destruction, buildings breaking down, dust plumes, fire, lava, water, plant growth. I want that. Yes, when we get to that. Oh my God, my eyes roll in the back of my head. Go on.
Because the maximum samples is 4,000, which is maybe it's like probably pretty good for like film animation production quality, but it's overkill, and especially for
that's a lot.
for this, like we're just doing some test renders. So let's set it to 100 samples, and that'll do it way faster. So now let's hit
That
F12
probably
on
would
that.
be really nice.
There we go. So that came.
Oh, yours is so clean, but you have a denoiser on, don't you? What tab are you in? You're in layout. Let's see. Oh, that's a little bit faster, but it's probably going to be more grainy. And I didn't even see what we're rendering, what quality we're rendering out. What is my dimension size? Word cycles, GPU supported. Doesn't tell me. What dimensions are we looking at? 1280 by 720? What are we doing? Scene? Maybe it's in there. Units? No. Alright. I will wait until an Ebatrosin or somebody corrects me and tells me where it is, and it's very simple. Let's hit an F12 and see what we get. Does it look like doo-doo? It does not! Oh, it's rendering it live. Oh. Well, let's see what 100 samples gives us. Give it 3, 2, 1. Boom. Aw, come on, you can do it. 96 out of 100. That's really nice for only 100 samples? Dang! That's pretty good. Oh, I see some clipping in there. We got a clipping of an icing in there, and there's a clipping sprinkle, but I don't care. That's not bad, though. Frankly, as fast as that was, it's very clean. There is no grain. What? What? I definitely want to add some, what's it called? The focus, the aperture in the screen, so we can get this in the background, but that's clean! Wow! Wow! I'm impressed. I'm wowed. But I also realized this is probably low res. This is like 1280 by 720. It's a little grainy. It's a little low particly, but that's pretty good.
Came through for me 7 seconds. Again, I got 430/90s. It'll probably be a little slower if you're on a laptop, but yeah, just be patient. It'll come through.
Bad.
Now go to the compositing tab, and we still can't see it because we need to add a viewer node and connect it to this. And you can do that just by holding down Control, Shift, and then left-clicking on your render layer. And now we have a.
What did you do? Control Shift clicking on my render layer. Where is that?
Add a viewer
this?
node. And connect it to this.
Oh!
You can do that just by holding down Control.
It sits in front of it? That's so cool! That's so clean. I'm sorry, I'm going to freak out about every little thing. That's so nice. Depth of field. The render output is the second button. You're kidding me. Thank you! Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. 10 more years you've just saved. You've shaved off my life. Hot. Doo-doo. Okay. Output. Got it. Got it. I am so grateful to you, Betrosin. Thank you. Under. Thank you. Oh, man. Alrighty. Adjust. Got it. Oh, that's funny. Alrighty. It was right under my nose the whole time. The first 3 buttons above the scene button. Oh. View layer. Oh! Wait. Depth of field, depth of field, depth of field, depth of field. But do I have to set that in my camera? I'm pretty sure that's something I gotta do. Most softwares like it when you do that first. Okay, light. Data. You say data or data? Data, data, data. All 3 A options. I don't think I have a... Depth of field. That is modified via the actual camera. That's what I thought. I thought so. I was right. Okay. Give me that camera. I'm pretty sure he's gonna do this, but I just want to see if I can figure it out myself because I'm a freak. Get me out of here. Put me back in. Put me back in, coach. Put me back in. Put me back in. If I figure this out before him in less than 5 minutes, I'll feel accomplished. If I don't, then we move on. Freestyle. Oh no. No. What are the actual camera object? Yeah. Green icon, yeah. Oh, thank you. Depth of field! Boom, baby, it's so out of focus, it hurts. Where's my object? It's that donut right there. Ah! I'm getting somewhere. I'm figuring it out. Okay, that's nice. You know what? Let's pick this chocolate boy in the front. Yeah. And then we can maybe spread that radius out. Is there a focus distance? It's not adjusting quite what I wanted. We want it to be a little bigger. Maybe because it's grayed out. I don't think it's working. Okay. Aperture, f-stop. Oh. Ah, there we go. What do we have before? It was 2.8. So let's make that 6. Alright. Look at Ibatrosin, you go. Let me see that. Give me that. Oh, yes! Step the field! Got it. Oh, but it's so chuggy. Oh, it's so laggy over here. Am I dropping frames, guys? I feel like I am. Okay, well, so far, that's disgusting. High five, Ibatrosin! We got that so fast. We got there. Hold up, I want to type that down. Alright, in camera tab. Woo! Let's see. I'm pretty sure he's going to talk about it, but I'm going to be like, yeah, I already got it, chump. It is bothering me ever so slightly that that chocolate is clipping. But what if we just hide it? Let's go. No. I want that. Yeah. Never even noticed. It's not even there. Sweet. Where's my render? There's my render. Boy howdy. Oh yeah. That high five was probably so loud in your ears though, I'm sorry. Oh yeah. Okay. Depth of field. I do love a nice depth of field. It makes me so happy. And I love that it was pretty intuitive to figure out too. That was not that hard. But again, I have a bit of experience with 3D. Maybe for a brand newbie it is. But that wasn't bad. Okay. It took less than 5 minutes. Cool. 5 seconds. With camera selected. Twas under my camera and the camera icon. Let's color that greeny boy. Yeah. What would this call? What is this section called? My asset manager? Show header. No, I'm gonna just call it my properties tab. Cool. Then, under that, check display. Typing as fast as I can, guys. Hang on. Depth of field. Oh, it's so cool when I learn something faster than the teacher teaches it. It's so satisfying. Just f-stop for blur radius. Cool. Alrighty. And of course, pick an object to focus on. Eyedropper. To pick object. Sweet. Alrighty. So now let's go back in here and look at that. And what did I do? I had to click on something to get this image. Was it shift click? Something like that. Okay, let me see. one more thing. Now, with the compositing tab. Ooh, mom's making burgers. She's cooking something yummy in the kitchen. Oh my, it makes my nose happy. Actually, I'm gonna hit another render. I want a new render. No, I hit the wrong button in the wrong section. No, I want to go in here. I wonder, can I do it from here? I sure can. Very cool. And it doesn't even look like I have clipping chocolate. I still have pink icing up here, which bothers me ever so slightly, but we'll make it work. It's okay. I didn't even notice that percentage bar down there. That's really nice. Usually it just kind of goes for a certain time and then it's done. That denoiser is stupid! Oh my god, Cycles! Okay. So now we got this. This is my new render. Oh, and it just updates. That's beautiful. That's disgusting. Okay, great. I love Blender. Alrighty. Then, what did the man say?
All shift and then left clicking on your render layer.
Shift, left click. Got it. Got it. Render layers. To see. Okie dokie. So much I had to type down. Sorry for all of that noise. I think I got it. I got it now. Watch me fly, mama! Alright.
And now we have a viewer node, and in the background
That's
we have
very
our
nice.
render.
It's just sitting right on top
So
of it.
some people find it
What is
like a
this?
little weird to have the render in the background.
I
You
can
can
move
move
it.
it around just by holding down Alt and then middle mouse button. And
Oh!
then middle mouse button will move your nodes around. So Alt,
Oh!
middle mouse button for the...
That's also awesome. So intuitive. Oh my god. Okay, so if I click on the X thingy, I can move the picture. I can also just move it with middle. No, Shift, Control. Shift, middle, zoom. It works the same way. It's just like my, it's like panning and... I love Blender. Sorry, growling came from nowhere. I don't know where that was. Was it Alt Shift? Alt Middle. Okay. Hold on. Gotta type some more. Please let me know if you would prefer me to mute during these sections. I'll just give you some chill vibes while I type. Hang on. Alright. Thank you for roaring fraud. Yeah, sure is. I thought you beat them already. Goofy, are you challenging yourself to fight them again? Crazy. Easy, boss. But isn't that how it works usually? If you beat Sans once, you can beat him easily again, because you've basically spent the entire 30 hours prior to that memorizing all of the patterns. Now that you know him, you're just like, easy. Still hard, but like, easy. It's muscle memory. Alrighty. Last thing, control middle also zooms in, but I would prefer to use my little tablet, which I have. Oh, that's very nice. Cool. Oh my god, you just love torture? I don't blame you. Fresh torture. That's what I did all of yesterday. Guys, I literally exercised so much yesterday, I got like a small like fever. Ever have those like one of those exhaustion, work yourself to exhaustion fevers? I'm not sick, but I'm just like, I'm feeling it. First time I experienced that was like a dance class after COVID. I was just standing and sweating. Just breathing was like, ugh! But yeah, We're here. We're good. My body just hurts all over, but it's great. All right. Thank you, Link. Thank you for the delicious Tears of the Kingdom vibes. I still gotta finish that picture. When we eventually get to Hyrule Warriors, we'll come back to Zelda. All right. Delta in time for now. Go!
The background and then middle mouse for the nodes. Anyways, as a very quick example, let's do a simple color adjustment. So adjustment, color balance, right?
Oh, you can just see it!
If you do nodes.
What?
Anyways, as a very quick example, let's do a simple color adjustment. So adjustment,
wait, how did you get there? Did you middle click or you right click?
Drop this in here. Now, if you
Wait,
just dropped
how'd
it
you
into
do
a
that?
viewer node, then this would, example, let's do a simple color
Shift
adjustment.
A.
So adjustment, color balance, right?
Of course.
Drop this in here.
Oh,
now, if you just dropped it into your viewer
so
node,
fast!
then this would middle mouse button for the background and then
Shift A.
Middle mouse for the nodes.
Ready.
Anyways, as a very quick example, let's do a simple color adjustment. So adjustment, color balance, right? Drop this in here. Now, if you just dropped it into your viewer node, then this would be just what is going to be shown in the background here, but it wouldn't be saved in your render until it went through your composite node. But for just this quick effect, it's good enough. So this is a graders know exactly what this is, but it's for on the left-hand side your blacks.
Oh, it's already connected.
Your midtones
wonderful.
is in the middle, and the right-hand side is your highlights. So if I wanted to make, you know, I don't know, like a cooler midtone, and then like a warmer highlight,
These are my
right?
midtones,
And then I don't know, something for the blacks, like make it more green. I don't know, just make something horrible. You could do it here. You can make simple color adjustments. You could do it there.
Blender.
And your original render.
I love Blender.
A step. But actually, on the note of making things look more contrasted and punchy, I wouldn't actually bother with the color balance node. We used to, but now Blender has some pretty good color management. So I'm going to hit Control X on that to just remove it, but retain its connection. And then if you go down in your render settings to color management, there is a look drop down here. So if you set this to high contrast, color, remove it, but retain its connection. And then if you go down in your render settings to color management, there is a look drop down here. So if you set this to high contrast, that's exactly the same as like what we were doing there, like trying to like increase the highlights or reduce the midtone.
Oh my, no, it's too intense. Hold up, he said so many things. Control X to remove nodes, but maintain connection. I'll try to cut out the typing when I can, if I have a lot of typing to do. Okay, then he said, this is supposedly, this feels like this should be in the render section, sir. Render. But this will probably go faster because I'm not breaking my brain nearly as much learning new things. This is all Photoshop, which I live for. I do love Photoshop. This is doing a really bad job of showing you what it is, but that's cool. It's just right there. And then you can see it. That's so nice. That's so nice. Okay, so Shift A. If I were to mess around and do like a... Oh, I don't know. Is there levels? Levels. Yes. Yes. Yeah? Oh, no. Maybe not there. No. No. Just want to get into my system. You gotta learn how to do it by yourself before you can master something. Yeah. Huh. Okay. That did nothing. How do I adjust it? I cannot adjust it. Okay, never mind. Get out of here. Alrighty. Render tab. Yeah. It's... No, it's not Rojo. It's not red. Not Rojo. Color management. Then... I put the wrong arrow. Under... Look! Right. Drop down. High contrast. Cool. Go!
tones. It's a very common thing to try and make something look punchier. And these looks will do that, but do it really well. A lot of people make the assumption that this is like, you shouldn't use these, or it's going to like mess with the colors in some way. And like other applications, true. A lot of like art apps, they just, you know, you use one of their contrast settings and it just starts like clipping highlights and things. But this was designed by Troy Sobotka, who understands color science and color management. So it's a proper S-curve.
Good job,
you won't have
sir.
any
Thank
clipping
you.
going on. So I use this all the time. Usually the one I go for is a medium high contrast look.
That's what I
And it just makes a really nice looking result. By the way, just a quick mention, in 4.0, this version of Blender, we switched the view transform to AGX, which creates more realistic looking images, because previously it was on Filmic and it looked like this. And you can see the difference is AGX has, it just looks more real. But the reason for that is that
that's
Filmic
saturated
was,
donuts.
and actually the same with Aces right now, the film, like the one, the Academy, all the people in VFX using
smart
everything,
people
it's
did
got
this,
this same
clearly.
problem. But
Not
when
me.
you've got color, the more exposed a color is, it should actually start to desaturate. But what Aces and what Filmic was doing is that it was making that color more and more saturated. So that's why these bright colors here are just starting to get ugly, right?
Ew.
But AGX fixes that, and it starts
Such a
to behave
harsh
more
word.
like film, where it desaturates those colors as it exposes for it. So very
Decrease
cool,
the
and
saturation,
I'm glad
increase
we've
the
got that.
vibrancy.
While I'm here as well, I'm
Usually
just
a
going to
win for
increase
anything
the
with color
exposure a
management.
bit.
Cool.
It's going to blow it out a little. Anyway, we'll fix it a bit with the
You're
lighting
getting in the weeds,
later.
sir.
But
Let's
anyways,
get back to the task
okay,
at hand.
back
Teach
to
me
the
this.
compositor.
Yeah.
So one thing that I often use a compositor for is for what you see in the real world, which is glare, right? If you've got a shiny metallic object, a bumper or something like that, you want to have that starburst, right, coming off it, because that's what you see in the real world. You
Yes,
see it both
yes,
with your
yes,
eyes,
yes,
like if you
glare,
squint at something
yes!
in the distance, you'll
Yes!
see like this
Give
kind
me
of
an
like
optical blur.
starburst around like a street light at night. That's actually because of the eyelashes on your eye. But on a camera, it's for a different reason. It's because of the optical elements. It's kind of like refracting around
you're
itself,
talking sky
and it's
and
creating
Sammy.
this starburst look. I don't understand it fully, but I know that it's an artifact which
It looks
has
cool. That's all we care
artistic
about,
use
right?
as well.
How do I
So
zoom
we
out of my
are going
picture?
to add it.
It's so big.
It is a little fiddly, I'll be honest. Like other software, they just have a button and you just like adds the bloom
Yeah, I
and the
like my
glare and
Redshift
stuff.
button that does
We
that.
have to do this for now. So
Manually.
Shift A. We probably could if more people donated to Blender, right? We
Stop!
could
Shut
have
up! I'm
stuff like this,
poor!
but
I'm trying! I'm working on it!
not to guilt you all.
yeah,
Filter, glare.
Glare.
Okay, and that was Shift A, by the way. Same hotkey works everywhere.
Right.
And drop this in.
Whoa!
Okay, so we've got little starbursts. We've only got 4, which is not
It's
ideal.
just
We want
like the
as many as we can get.
Oh,
so
it's
drag
like
it up to 16.
Okay, that's cool.
That's better. Now, there's 2 values here you really want to change. The first
This
is
is
the threshold. That'll just
What are you doing? It just added stars everywhere. But I don't like that. I like that. Oh, somebody turned up the bloom. Oh my god. Fade. Oh yeah. And then strength, maybe? No. Let me follow the tutorial, man.
and drop this in. Okay, so we've got little starbursts. We've only got 4,
I would like to see
which
my
is not
picture
ideal. We
and
want
my
as
stuff
many as we
a
can
little
get, really. So
separate.
drag it up to 16.
Pause. Eva Drosen, if you're here, I would love to know how I can shrink this picture, because all of the things that I'm doing are affecting my nodes. And I would like to be able to see the picture. I can zoom out of the nodes and stuff, but the picture, I'm holding shift, control, and alt. None of those are doing anything. I cannot move the picture. This moves the picture, but I want to control the size. It's so big. I moved it, but it won't move anything else. Alrighty. For now, this is working. Alrighty. If you figure it out, please let me know. Hide. Okay, what?
And drop this in. Okay, so we've got little starbursts. We've only got 4, which is not ideal. We want as many as we can get, really. So drag it up to 16.
No, I'm
That's
good. I
better.
like the 4, actually.
Now, there's 2 values here you really want to change. The first is the threshold. That'll decide how much of the image is affected. Like,
Where is that?
as I drag this up in value, it means only the really bright
Stop
stuff is going to
swallowing.
be affected.
Where's my threshold?
If you dragged it really low, then like everything is going to give off a
Whoa.
starburst,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's not
yeah.
going to be what you want. And the other one is the mix value. So if you drag it all the way to 1, then it's going to be just the effect by itself. If you drag it all the way to -1, it's going to be the original render. So if you wanted a nice blend between it, you could go like a -0.9 or something, and then you've got the starburst over the top of the original render. But if you want to blend this with something else, I find it best to actually drag the mix all the way to 1, so that we're just looking at the effect by itself. I can then also, let me just quickly adjust the threshold so that I'm only getting it in the really bright places.
I guess mine updated it didn't do that.
And then I can blend it with another effect that I want. So I'm going to hit Control-Shift-D, and that's going to duplicate it, but it's going to keep it connected to my render layer here.
Oh, no.
And then this one, I'm going to make the fog glow. Because, looking at reference, it's not just the starburst, but it's also got a like a glare, like this glow, blurry glow coming off it. So the fog glow is that look, right? It's just that.
What?
And
fog glow? Oh. Oh, I got rid of it. No, hang on. Come back. Alright, if I were to delete this, Control-Shift-D. Oh, I see. It just, okay, hang on. I can't drag it. It just, boop. There we go. Oh, there we go. Alright, fog glow. Can I hide this? I would like to not see it for a second. It won't let me do that. Oh, wait. Show hide. Mute. What does that do? Mute? Ah! I just want to see this. That's nice. That's very nice. Okay, okay, okay. Let's call this glare. Which was under filter. Right? Glare. Yes. Oh, excuse me. Halfway through the lesson, we're only an hour in. We got this. We can keep going a little longer. I want to finish the second lesson too, and it's a little bit shorter, hopefully. Okay. You are not connected to anything. That's a problem.
let's increase the size, I think. And let's set the quality to high. Do we need high quality? Yeah, I think it looks better. All right.
It's not there
so
for me.
First, to blend this all together with the render layer,
oh,
what we want to do is just like you would do in Photoshop. If you would use a blend mode, you would set the blend to.
Oh, I like it. But wait, I have to trade them out? I can't mix them? I'm assuming I need a mix node, don't I?
Green or add. We can do that by blending with Shift A, color, mix, mix color. Okay. So this, we're going to drag in both of our glare effects.
Oh God.
And then instead of mix, we're going to set it to add. So that will just basically ignore the black values, and it will just take the white values and combine them on the top of each other.
I do love the add tool.
All right.
Wait.
Now the way Blender works, unlike Photoshop, where it's like top to bottom, in this case it's bottom input up. So this factor value will define how bright the bottom input is. Okay. It's a little weird, I guess, in that respect, but so this is the strength of that bottom input. Yeah, so when you're blending something and you want to control it, you just put it into the bottom input. So the streaks, it's way too heavy. So I just want to go to like a 0.2 or something like that. Really, really subtle, even lower. Goodness. It's really heavy, this streak. I don't know why it is so bright, but I never want it as bright as it is.
I can't see it.
Okay, and now to blend it with the original render, for my final trick, I duplicate that, drop it in here, and put this into the bottom input, and I'll connect this to my viewer.
Oh my God, you're moving so fast.
And then let's set this to a 1.
Whoa.
By the way, so the composite, maybe I explained it? Anyway, the composite...
Hold up. Okay, hold up. Hey, I just don't. You're so fast. You're so fast. This? Oh, there we go. I see. Okay. He had it at like 0.1. Hi! Welcome back. I just megalovania'd in your face. Haha. So this is the max. I want it at like 0.2. Welcome back. Did you get food and drink? That's a good idea. We should definitely do food and drink. And maybe pee and poop, just in case. Then, let's see. 6.5. 6. Just some nice even numbers because they please me. My OCD is pleased. I don't think that does anything. Or at least I'm not seeing a huge difference when I touch that button. Alright, what did you do?
Why it is so bright, but I never want it as bright as it is. Okay, and now to blend it with the original render for my final trick, I duplicate that, drop it in here, and put this into the bottom input, and I'll connect this to my viewer, and then let's set this.
Oh, okay. So then, yeah. You made another one. Shift A. Go. Okay. Then, what did you do? Take that way down. I didn't do anything. Oh. Oh, I see. This is the effects. This is the image itself. Oh. Oh. Wait a minute. What are you connected to? Get me out. Get me out. Get me out, I say. Thank you. Oh. Oh no. Yeah. No. No. Okay, don't panic. I think I know what I did. This has to go there. And then this goes to both of them. Okay. That's my main image. Then my mix goes here. No. Oh, wait, I think I've got it. Yeah. And then yeah. Yeah. I did it. That doesn't look too bad. A 0.5 for plays. It's real bright though. Those are some shiny donuts. Still made of arsenic. Plastic and vibranium. Okay. Then, let's see. Can I rename this? Call you Stars? No? I met a really wonderful pair of humans yesterday. They were probably hippies. Very, very silly, very fun, very just, oh. And one person was like, I'm Corinthia, and the other person was named Dragonfly. He was very shirtless and very sweaty, but very sweet. And they hugged me, and I didn't know how I felt about it, but it was nice. We danced together. Anyway, relationships. I don't talk to people. I just dance with them, and then apparently we're friends after that. That's how it works usually. Go on.
To a 1. By the way, so the composite, maybe I explained it. Anyway, the composite is going to be what's saved into your render. The viewer is just going to be what is displayed in your background here. So if you don't have something connected into the composite, it's not going to be saved when you do the render.
Right.
Okay, but that's pretty good. So that's how we've got a very quick glare effect over everything. It's a little heavy. I might just drop it back a bit because we want it to be just enough that you can see it, but not crazy. By the way, if you want to zoom in your backdrop, you can hit V, will shrink the size of it, and Alt V will zoom in.
Oh, now you tell me. V? Wait a minute. V. Wow, I was never gonna get there. I have a brush now. Okay. It's a circle. Oh, right. V. Alt V. I can't do that anymore. What happened? What? Why is my cursor? I have so many questions. Why? Is it like, oh, it's like a Photoshop brush tool? What? Get me out of here! Oh no. Oh no, I'm panicking already. It's too early for this. Brush, I would like you to go back to what you were. I hit a button down here. None of those are doing anything. Okay. I can't click and select anymore. Oh, it's just frozen everything. Escape. Oh, okay, we're good. What on earth did I do? I hit C, and it did this. And now I can, okay, this is, I guess, my selection. Okay. But I prefer that. Thanks, but no thanks. Alright, cool. Now we know. A wimbo it. away, bumblebee. I'm already getting lizard brain. C equals some kind of brush. Brush. I'm gonna mute and type again. Enjoy, Link. Not the Lost Woods. Alrighty. I'm back.
They really need a better one. I agree. I agree with that.
I'm glad we agree on that. That's a weird hotkey.
Yeah, it definitely could be better. I think there's... Oh, you can control it like that. Okay,
what?
so if you hit your viewer node, you've got these little... Okay, you can do it like that as well. But yeah, V and Alt V, it's like a keyboard shortcut from the old days of Blender. Anyways. All right.
Oh
dial
my
back.
God.
I don't want to go too heavy. Like...
Sorry. Oh, God. So many things that he says at once, and I just have to type all of it down or I won't remember it. Or... select. Sorry for more typing. Oh, excuse me. Photo. Alrighty. Oh my god, we have only about 5 minutes left of this tutorial. Or this lesson. It's only been an hour and a half. Go.
The thing with post-processing, when you're doing stuff in the compositor, is you can, like...
That is nice, though.
You just get, like, distracted. You just get, like hypnotized by the effect. And it's so common to have a render that a beginner has done that's actually pretty solid, but then they have just really hammed up the post-processing effect. So don't do that. Don't get overly obsessed with it because it's
so
almost certainly overkill. You just need to dial it back to like less than you're comfortable with, and then it's probably right. Because whilst you're adding it, you get really excited. Anyways, that's what I found myself. The other thing I'll show you is if we just bring up this bottom window, I don't know why Dope Sheet is the selected one. It makes no sense for the compositing layout. But if you click the little drop down in the top left, change it to 3D viewport. And now in rendered mode, click the little drop down next to it.
What? I don't think I have
the compositing layout. But if you click the little drop down in the top left, change it to 3D viewport. And now in rendered mode, click the little drop down next to it, and you should see at the bottom you've got options for compositor. So let's click always. And what you'll see is that the compositing effect, what's happening up here, and now in rendered mode, click the little drop down next to it, and you should see at the bottom you've got options for compositor. So let's click always. And what you'll see is that the compositing effects, what's happening up here, is now being composed live over the top of
that seems like it would lag a butt ton, but that's
and this
really
is a very
sick,
new feature. I think it's actually 4.0 is when it was officially added in. But
awesome.
it's huge because it means you can do and preview your effects whilst you're looking around your scene. So you could like look at this, like hey, I can see the exact amount of that glare that's coming off it. You could do, you know, you can do crazy stuff in the compositing, and it'll show through. Like as an example, there's a new Kawahara filter that looks like this kind of like painterly style.
Oh, that's nice.
And you can, you can preview it like live in the 3D view. It's like I feel like I'm looking at a painting right now, right? It's really crazy that you can do this real time.
Okay, what did I do? I went to the renders. What is this called? These three balls in the corner in the right. The render top right. Let's start with that. Typing again. That's awesome. Cool.
Time. So I'm really glad it's finally in there because it's been talked about for like a year, I think was when it was first previewed. So it's really cool that it's finally in here. So one thing I will use it for actually is to check that the threshold that I've set for the fog and the streaks is actually correct. So I'm going to look through let's go to the streaks. I think streaks is it's a bit slow, but anyways, let's pull in here.
Yours is nice.
And let's just take a look. I might have to add in.
Hold on. If you set it to what to see that?
Let's go to the streaks. I think for the fog and the streaks is actually correct. So I'm going to look through let's go to the streaks. I think streaks is
Did you solo that?
And the streaks is actually correct. So I'm going to look through let's go to the
Control Shift left click. Oh, it's still in the viewport! That's amazing. Wait, that's so cool. Oh, that's awesome. Alright, hold up. I gotta write that down. Sorry if this is annoying, it's how I learn. Control. That's how I always do with everything. It's how I memorize lots and lots of things, because I gotta write everything down. Once it's analog and it's transferred into your own words, it makes it a lot easier to learn. Control, Shift, left click, solo, node. Cool. That's nice. That's very nice to see. So I want this to be a little bit, oh yeah, more narrow and a little bit stronger. Stronger, better, faster, stronger. And I want this to be, oh, it's not even there anymore. So, oh, because it's not selected. There we go. Oh. A little, yeah, there we go. A little brighter. A little brighter. Why do you have an exclamation point next to you now? Render passes are only supported in Eevee. Oh, that's fine, I know that. Thank you. Alright. That's really cool, though. That's really cool. Oh, that's awesome. I love that. Alright, go.
Streaks? I think streaks is it's a bit slow, but anyways, let's pull in here.
It's so pretty. It's like fireworks.
Let's just take a look. I might have to add in a little bit. Okay, there we go. I have to add in a little bit of the original render so that I can actually see. But I just want to make sure that it's mostly coming through on the metallic objects. So I might actually try increasing. So you can see as it's like all the way at 0, so you're just getting everything is going to get star beams. But then as I increase it slowly, it starts to disappear. And then the only thing that's really getting it is those metallic objects. And that's generally the look that I want to go for. So so I went for a much higher amount threshold for that. Anyways, you could have a different amount for the glow, but I think it's generally one and the same effect.
God,
so I think they should have the same threshold.
You might have to talk a little
so I'm
faster.
actually going to just mouse over this and hit Control C and then mouse over this and hit Control V. So that's how you can copy values. Let me just preview that.
All right.
Yeah,
talk
the
faster,
fog glow
please.
looks pretty good. Oh, it's on high. That's why it's going to be a little bit slow. If you set it to medium, I think it'd be a little bit more interactive. But anyways, the GPU compositing, I'll say, is very new. As I mentioned, it's this release. And it actually, for 4.0, the actual final render, like when you hit render and it creates the 2D image, it's actually still going to be using the CPU. Apparently in 4.1, maybe 4.2, it will change. It'll be fully GPU at that point. But until then, you will have like slightly longer render times just because of the compositor. Because the compositor has been famously slow in Blender for years. It's only just now that it's being improved. So we're not really going to do a lot with the compositor. Like, I really generally think you don't want to go overkill. You can just add too many like bells and whistles to the compositor. But really, like, if you want to do like drastic changes, you should try to do it in the scene, unless you're doing something crazy like Spider-Verse, in which case it's all stylized, right?
Oh, what?
But
Was
try to do it in the
Spider-Verse
scene
in
because,
Blender?
yeah. I don't know. I feel like it can be more
Really?
of like a crutch. You tend to like lean towards like, I'll fix it in the compositor. I'll improve it in the compositor, and it doesn't. One thing you might want to add is underneath, where is it? Transform lens distortion. Okay, if you add in this node, this can replicate an effect that is actually in all cameras as well, and that's lens distortion.
Oh,
right?
are we gonna get like RGB
So you can
blur?
see. It actually makes more sense to actually see it on the 2D image.
Oh, that's
so I'll put
cool.
that in the
It, like,
background there.
renders
This can
it.
replicate
It's
an
a
effect that is
fisheye
actually in all
lens.
cameras.
That's a cool
Doesn't.
effect.
One thing you might want to add is underneath, where is it? Transform
Where are you
lens
adding
distortion. Okay, if you add in this node, this can replicate.
In between your image and your final viewer. Where is my viewer? It's over here. Yeah. Let's see. Put you goobers down there. You ready? Yes. Shift A. Lens distortion. Very cool. Oh! Point one sounds good. Yeah. Alright, cool. Cool. Sorry, I gotta write all my notes down. Once I do that, I can move on. We have a glare. We have a what else? Lens distortion. Oh my god, I'm falling asleep, you guys. I only have 2 minutes left in this lesson. We got one more to go through. The second one's always tough, but I think we'll be alright. Then... cool. Anybody actually look through a fisheye?
Replicate an effect that is actually in all cameras as well, and that's lens distortion. All right, so you can see it actually makes more sense to actually see it on the 2D image. So I'll put that in the background there. But basically, where the edges of a shot, it's like if you take a photo with your iPhone on like a wide, it's most visible on like wider lenses, but the straight vertical things start to look bent. It's barrel distortion, and there's no way to get around it unless you use a pinhole camera. It's kind of interesting thing, but it's all because of the optics of the lens that bends the objects like that. So anyways, it is in all objects. It does though, because it's like a post effect, it does kind of so it's like manipulating those pixels. So it means those pixels aren't going to be as sharp. So I generally don't like it for that reason. But if you wanted to, you could add this. Just keep it really low, like a 0.1 amount with fit, so that it doesn't get that TV screen look on the edges. And then the other thing you could add is a little bit of chromatic aberration. I'll show you just...
Whoa!
Yeah, this is what that does. So you can see, this is with it turned up a lot. You can see the edges of the object. So right, it has this kind of, the red and the cyan and the red and the yellow. It like, towards the edges of it, it gets this, this kind of separation of the colors. And that is, again, a naturally occurring thing that happens with cameras because of the optics. And the cheaper the optics, the cheaper the lens, the more likely it's to happen. But it is there. I try not to use it because it can be very overused and very it just makes it look cheap.
You don't
like,
really
hey,
need
this
it for
person
these
just
donuts,
discovered
but that's
there's
cool.
the chromatic aberration. But if you are going to use it, go really low, like, because actually this, you have to think of the story of the shot, and someone has like framed this shot beautifully, got beautiful sunlight, right? This is a professional has taken this photograph of the donuts on the counter. They're not going to be using a cheap lens. So although there might be some chromatic aberration, it'll be very, very minimal. But if you want that, you know what, I'll keep it in. Yeah, why not? We'll keep it in. But yeah, that's basically what I'm going to do for this.
Cool.
So this is my final node setup. If you'd like to copy it, have at it. The final thing I'll mention as well is if you want to disable your composite, like say you're doing some renders and you just want to see it without the post-processing effects on top of it, rather than having to come in here and then like, you know, reconnect and disconnect a bunch of nodes. Instead, if you just go to your, the output property settings, way at the bottom, you've got post-processing. So if you just uncheck compositing, that means you're only going to be seeing the original render, and then check it again, and it's going to be kicking in whatever is in your compositing settings. But that's it for this video. Click here to watch the next part, and I will see you there.
No, wait. Don't start talking. Oh my god, I gotta go splash some water on my face. Crystal's falling asleep and passing out. My energy is gone. I hit my high the moment we got to compositing, and now I'm dead. But we're not done. We got 15 more minutes to go through. So let me go splash some water on my face, and I'll see you in a second. I'm not dead. Be right back. I'm back! Oh my god. Y'all, girl was fading. I was about to hit the table. Woo! I'm back. Hello. I got some poppy corn. There's a sleepy handsome boy in my bed now. He's well groomed. He's ready to conk out just like me. Woo! I might have to stand up in a minute, but it hurts. Oh, we got one more lesson to get through. Woo! Okay, because we gotta hit our deadline. This is the last lesson for today. Thank you. And then we got 2 more to get through next time, and the finale is only 10 minutes. Shouldn't be that bad. I think we'll be okay. Rendering is the big kahuna that we gotta sit through for next time, but that's it. So let's get through animation. I think we're gonna do a little camera action, and then I think we're done. Woot woot. Oof. Did you enjoy the lonk? Alrighty. Thanks for cheering me on, Nibashros, and I appreciate it. By the way, did you drop the thing in the Discord? Because I don't know if you did, and I would love to see it later. I can't promise I'll look at it on stream, but I will try to look at it if I can before I finish. Let me know. Alright. Final lesson for the day! Ooh. I gotta psych myself up. Yeah! Alright. Blender. It's been fun, but I'm ready to move on to anatomy again. Let's do this. Wrap it up.
It's time to learn about animation.
Great.
Or more specifically, keyframe animation. Because character animation with its
I know
roots
about
and
that.
and things
Oh,
is
you
its own
did? Wonderful.
entire
I'll look at it
separate beast
later.
we're not gonna
In the
get into.
music
We're just
channel?
gonna do a very simple
We'll look at it
camera
on stream.
Specifically, we
Fire.
want the camera to start above the donuts and then fall down to reveal the final plate
Very nice.
at the end.
I think
right?
I know
It's an
most of this
excuse
stuff.
to learn
Let's
about
see.
keyframing.
Sure.
Well, the basics of animation is really simple. If you go to the bottom of your screen, if you're
I
in
sped him
layout,
up a little bit 'cause I gotta make this
layout
I gotta work
at the
up.
top,
I gotta
we
work
can
up.
drag up on this divider here, and you can see we've got a timeline, which if I click and drag across, is currently doing nothing because there is no animation. So if we pull out, right, I'm just going to do a really simple animation to show you don't have to follow this because this is a different animation than what we're going to do.
I do wish I could
Animation is
hide
really
this so
simple.
I can
You
see
select
what
the
I'm
object that
looking
you
at.
want to apply a keyframe to, and then you hit I.
But
I
without
for
deleting it.
insert keyframe, and you get this like scary looking menu. Apparently they're
Whoa.
going to change.
Hold on. You did a lot. I want to hide this in viewport. Disable. Oh, I don't want that. Yeah, I want this. But if I click on render, it's still there? No, it's gone. Dang it. It's not what I wanted. Or no, wait, if I hit F12. Nah, it's still there. Very good, never mind. Alright, we're good. Cool beans, cool beans. So I just want to be able to see what I'm looking at here. Cool, cool. Go. How did you get there?
The animation is really simple. You select the object that you want to apply a keyframe to, and then you hit I. I for insert keyframe, and you get this like scary looking menu. Apparently they're going to change this eventually, but for now you would place a keyframe on what it is you're planning to animate. So in this case it's the location, right? So I want to move the camera location. Then I change my frame count to be the frame I want it to end at. Then I
Nothing
move
selected
the
to
object
key.
how I want it.
Wait, what? Oh, I had to go to a parameter. Wait.
Frame 2, and then you hit I. I for animation to show you don't have to follow this because this is a different animation than what we're going to do. Animation is really simple. You select the object that you want to apply a keyframe to, and then you hit I. I for insert keyframe.
Nothing selected to key?
And
What do
get
you
this,
mean?
like scary looking menu. Apparently
it's
they're
right
gonna change
there.
this eventually, but for now
But
you
it's
would
right
place
there.
a keyframe on what it is you're planning to animate. So in this case it's the location, right? So I want to move the camera location. Then I change my frame count to be the frame I want it to end at. Then I move the object how I want it to move. Right there, and then I add another keyframe, I
know about
and then
keyframe
say
animation,
location.
but I
And
don't
now, as I
think
play
I
it
did
back,
anything.
which I can do by hitting spacebar,
It actually
you can
looks
see
very
that the camera
cool,
is
just like
moving. Haha,
standard.
look at us.
It even
Right? A
eases
very
it
simple
for you?
camera.
That's
No, I
sick.
don't actually want that though, so I'm going to delete those keyframes.
Oh.
And what we want is, we want what I showed you at the start, we want our camera to start up here, right?
you're gonna do a
Rotate it
little
pointing
rotate
down
action,
this
aren't
way,
you?
and then we want it to move in an arc in this direction.
Are you going to teach me how to target?
Pointed this way, right?
Please.
Now you could do this. You could move the camera up there. You could then re-rotate it to point it down, and then do a keyframe for the location rotation, and then do another one over here. But it would be very difficult to control that movement. And really, this is a rather simple movement if we have a pivot object. If we have something here, and then we parent that camera to that object, and then we rotate that object, it's a lot easier. So what we need to add is, first of all, I want to think, what do I want to be the center of it? What do I want to be? Where do I want that pivot object? So I think, somewhere roughly in the middle of these donuts. So right here, I'm going to hold down Shift and then right click, and that's going to put my 3D cursor right where I've put it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Nope. Yeah. There we go. Shift right click did that. Cool. Okay.
And now to add an object, Shift A, and I'm looking for empty. So an empty, I mean, if you're familiar with other
it's a null?
creative tools, you probably already know, but it's just something, it's similar to
It's
a null
called an
object
empty,
in
but
After
it's a
Effects,
null.
etc. It's just something that's going to be in the 3D viewport that won't be rendered, okay? A number of options here, it doesn't matter which one you choose. You can go plain axes, and then if you went to the options here, the data, you could change the display here to what we saw before. But this is just like a...
Where is it? Where did you go for that? Data. Bada. 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 What if I like arrows? Oh, that's a fun icon. Ooh, I like that. Single arrow? And we'll keep it there. Alright, cool. So now I have to write all that down. Wait! Alright. So if I were to select for animation, select object, click parameter, I guess. We haven't tried that yet because it didn't work when I tried it, but assumingly, click parameter. I for insert keyframe? What? Okay. I like keyframe animation. Thank you for tweening for me. Makes it really easy. Then, we want to create a pivot for camera to probably assumedly focus on. Then, excuse me, let's see, Shift A, empty. Is that what it's called? Literally called an empty? It is. Empty plain axes. Okay. Sorry, I can't decide, and just typing on camera is faster and easier. If you hate my typing, then just mute. I'm not saying nothing. Alright. It's the equivalent of a null. If you've ever used anything in Cinema 4D or After Effects, it's a null. Null objects don't hold any information, they're just a place setter that you use for other things. They're very useful. I can talk about After Effects at some point if anybody wants a tutorial or a basic rundown of that. I did a demo already on this channel. I love After Effects. Basically the same thing as Blender, but 2D. It's a little bit more simple though. Instead of having 7 videos to watch through to learn Blender, you just have 1 2-hour session to get the basic beginnings of it. Okay. Okay. And we also want to make sure it's click. Wait, was it Shift right click? Yeah. I don't like an exact placement, but it'll do if I were to get rid of that. Real quick, let's make a new one. Boom, baby. Boom, bada bing, bada boom. Ready or not, here I come. Where are you at? Night is young. Bridget Mendler. I remember that song. I will find you. Shout out. Raise your hand. Does anybody care? Or were you around for Radio Disney? Was that a channel that you learned or heard of as a kid? Or am I just a boomer? Okay. Shift. I put in a swear by accident. Forgot the F. Nope. Shift plus right click to see. Place cursor. No swearing emojis, no worries. Okay. No, I'm a very weary. There's no weary emoji. Oh, I'll have to. I forget, Evatrosin, are you working on a Mac or an Apple or a PC or a laptop? Because if you have a PC, it's, I think, Windows, period, and you get emojis that way. Wahoo. So, for example, if I were to do that, this is me right now. Yeah. I'm feeling it, but I'm here. And then for Apple, it's a whole different cue card. It's a different shortcut, but I'll tell you if you have it. Well, I'll tell for everyone else. If you don't have it, it's, I think, Command Control Space for the emoji QWERTY keyboard. I was like, what is this over here? It's my spoon. Okay. I hit space. Okay. Thank God this is a little bit easier for my brain to focus on. I don't know if I have much left in the tank. Okay. I clicked on my camera. Pressing I did nothing. I guess because I have nothing to key for whatever. But I have a null object now. Where's my empty? Oh God. Where's my empty? There it is. Let's put it here. I'm gonna rename this to Focus Null. I'm sure he'll name it something else, but that's what it'll happen.
Options here, the data.
Go.
You could change the display here to what we saw before. But this is just like a different display object, right? Depending on what you're looking for. I think the sphere is actually the most useful. It's way too big currently, so I'm going to change the size to be something about that. And there we go. Okay, so now what we need to do is we want to parent our camera to this new empty object. So select the camera first, then shift select that new empty that we've just created, and then I'm going to hit Control P, and then set parent object to be something
now we go
about
back
that.
to normal speed
and
for
there
that.
we go. Okay, so now what we need to do is we want to parent our camera to this new empty object.
Parenting!
So select the camera first, then shift select that new empty that we've just created, and then I'm going to hit Control P, and then set parent object keep transform, just like what we did with the icing and the donut. Set new empty that we've just created, and then I'm going to hit Control P, and then set parent object keep transform, just like what we did with the icing and the donut. So you select that empty, and as I rotate it around,
that's
the
very
camera
nice.
will rotate.
Okay, that
So
didn't
select
work
the
for me.
camera first, then shift select that new empty that we've just created,
Does it have to
and then
be
I'm going to
in
hit
this
Control
world?
P, and then set parent object keep transform, just like what we did with the icing and the donut. So now you should see, if you select that empty,
Where's my
and as I
camera?
rotate it around, the camera.
Oh my God! Stop! I'm sorry. I'm gonna get this. It's moving a little fast. Is my camera like missing, or did I hide it? I think I hid it. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yikers! It's so big. Can I make that smaller? Custom properties? No. Camera size? No, that's not it. It's the viewport something. Viewport display. No. Alright, forget it. Clicky. Clicky on the blicky. There we go. Control P. Ah, there we go. I'm assuming he hit object. Unless he hit something else. What did you hit?
Change object. So select the camera first, then shift select that new empty that we've just created, and then I'm going to hit Control P, and then set parent object
Keep transform, I
transform,
forgot that.
just like what we did with the icing and the donut. So now you should see, if you select that empty, and as I rotate it around, the camera will rotate with it.
Very
and if you look
cool.
through the camera with numpad 0, and then just double tap R, you can see that I can trackball rotate around it. And you can see this is like way more flexible for what we want. We want
Yeah.
the camera to be focused
We
on
do
one
love
point,
a
and then
good
we just want to
null
move the
parenting.
camera around that
That's
point.
not quite what I was
and you can
looking
do some
for,
really
but that'll do.
nice, fast camera moves here if you wanted to do something snazzy. In our case, we're going to do a nice, simple, slow movement. So first of all, this angle, this look that we've got right here, is where we want the final reveal to be. So this is where I want the
End of
point,
my
the end
keyframe.
keyframe of my animation to be. So you can make your animation as long as you want. I think about 160 frames is about right for this sort of the speed of this animation. So on frame 160 there, you can see it's also mentioned there. I'm going to, with my empty selected, not my camera, I'm going to hit I, and then not select location like I did before, but rotation, because we're going to be just rotating
Wait, I added
that
a
pivot
keyframe,
point,
but it
not
added everything.
changing its position. So rotation.
I didn't get that pop-up
mentioned
menu.
there. I'm going to, with my empty selected, not my camera, I'm going to hit I, and then not select location like I did before, but rotation, because we're going to be just rotating that pivot
animated
point,
everything,
not
it seems.
changing its position.
Wait! I don't happen to have it properties in here, do I? Is there any chance? Clicking on this. No, it's not that. Where's these settings that come down there? I did nothing. I made a keyframe, but it's all of the things. I don't want it to be all of the things. Can I edit what it is or the property? No, I guess not. Okay.
Rotation. Then I'm going to go to the first frame, which I could do by clicking and dragging.
That sounds good.
Or shift left arrow will jump you to the first frame. Or you can click these little, I don't know what you call that button.
Very nice.
Jump to end point. You can do that as well. And now that I'm here, I'm going to rotate this along not the tilt axis, which it is by default, but the X axis. Aha, right. So now you can see we are doing that exact move we want. And in the top left-hand corner, you can see the exact number of degrees. And I'm going to go with exactly minus 90. So if you hold down Control, you can see it's snapping to minus 90. And then I'm going to click. Okay, now before I change my frame, if I was to change the frame, you can see it's just snapped me back to where I were. So always remember, you have to create a keyframe if you've changed its movement without saving it or without putting in a new keyframe. So back up to here, minus 90, and I'm going to hit I and then say rotation. Okay, and now we should see, if we hit spacebar to play, a very, very simple animation. Okay, now,
it's not quite in frame there, but
because you can see that for one, it's a little awkward that the camera starts in a completely stationary stop position, then it ramps up, and then it slows down towards the end. It's a little bit of a weird camera move. What I want instead is I want it to start. I already want it to be moving, right? Like almost like it's from another shot that's kind of faded into this one. I want it to start moving and then to much more slowly fade it out than it is currently, because you can see it just kind of like drops down here and then the camera just stops and it's a little too sudden. And while you could change the keyframes here, like you can do some very simple handle type changes, this view, this layout view, is not the best place to do this. So instead, if you go to the animation tab, you can see it's it's rearranged all your screens. This over here is just another 3D view.
I see. I don't want all of them. I just want one thing.
Right at the bottom here, you can see we've changed from the timeline, which is what we had before, and it's changed to a dope sheet. So a dope sheet is just going to show you more information about the keyframes. So for example, you can see that the X rotation has a dot over here and a dot over here, but the Y and the Z has a different look. It's got a continuous line across it. And that's to show you that this actually hasn't changed. The Y and the Z has no information that's changed from the start to the end. So we don't actually need these keyframes. So I only need the X rotation. So I'm going to select the Y and the Z, and I'm just going to delete them just by hitting the delete key. So we've now just got one channel that the animation is happening.
Okay. A lot of this is familiar, but still moving fast. Hold up. All right, where's my dope? Where's my empty bay? I'm gonna shrink this. Okay. Shrink this. Empty boy. Alright, there we go. I don't think we need all that. We're really just moving on the... Whoa. No. I see. We just want the X. We don't want that. We don't want that. We just want the X, so... Let's see. Can I delete these? X? Delete! I want delete. Delete. Yes. Delete. Oh, it's probably even more satisfying if I do them all at once. Can I do that? Delete. Yes. Great. Okay, let's go back in. I also need to adjust my position. I believe my location is off. Rotate. Oh no, I deleted the wrong thing. I wanted to keep at least one rotation. X rotation is what we wanted, right? I mean, X. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Great. Work it, baby, you've got it. Okay. Oh. I see. This is on the 0 plane. Get over here. Okay. We're learning. I think this? Oh, no. Hang on, I did too much at once. Let's go back a tick to all the stuff we had. Something is off. Okay, where do we end up? That's what we want. So let's keep the location there. Yeah. Oh, I got rid of it. No, yellow means it's active. Okay. Okay. Whoop. Oh. Oh. Okay. There we go. Oh, I'm learning. I think that's fine for now. Yeah. Alrighty. Then, if I go up here, I want this to be, let's see. I don't want to mess up everything else that I just did, though. This is all good. That I want. I don't need this. And I don't need this. So scale we can get rid of. Goodbye. X and Z and Y we can get rid of? Goodbye. Okay. Oh. Crud! Alright. Well, for the most part, I think we got it. I just need to adjust these settings a bit. So let's see. Nope. 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 Oh, yes, ever so slightly there. I'm sure this is just so incredibly captivating. This is just mesmerizing to watch. I know you guys are just so excited for this. We gotta learn. We gotta learn. Oh god. 0. Cool. Let's just zero everything out. Alright. 2? 1. No, I said 1. There we go. 0.35. There we go, now we're smack in the middle. Okay. And if I go forward, oh, it jumped up. I didn't hit the, dang it. Sorry. Gotta move all these back here. Oh my god, okay. We had 0.035. And then I think these were 0. Something like that. Oh, I'm sorry for all this. I'm trying to go as fast as I can. Okay. There we go. Hit that keyframe. Boom, baby. Okay. I'm gonna go forward. It's not gonna break everything. That's not where I ended up. Oh no, I did it! Yay! I did it. Alright, cool, sweet.
Right, but we can't really change it. We can't make it so that this starts faster and then this slows down from this view.
That's so
Instead,
slow.
we need to change to a different view. So in the top left-hand corner, click this, and we're going to change the window type to be graph editor. Okay, so the graph.
Where's the graph editor?
Is to a different view. So in the top left-hand corner, click this, and we're going to change the window type to be graph editor. Okay,
now
so
I recognize these curves.
So
I like these a lot more.
To pan around here, and you can see we've now got a line, right, with some handles on it.
Give me those delicious tangents. Yes.
So you could hit the home key, and that will automatically reorient everything to position it in the view.
I'm at home.
Or if you hold down Control and middle mouse button, this enables you to just moving around, just dragging around. Control middle mouse button will change the axes zoom as well as the Y, right, up and down like
and
that.
Makes it a little clunky,
which is just a really handy way to quickly orient yourself around. So control middle mouse to change this, and then you can middle mouse to pan to a different area. Okay, so again, making sure I'm looking at the X rotation there, right? And if we look, you should see the problem that we have, right? We have the start of the animation. It's a very slow curve that's going up. It picks up speed in the middle, and then it ends here. And the end is a little abrupt considering the amount of movement that it has. So really, we want this line instead to look a little bit closer to this line. Right? Or even, I mean, that was kind of a bad line.
There's a whole bunch of talking I could do about animation and keyframes.
Like that. Okay, that's the kind of look that we want.
This is where I live.
So with our starting keyframe here, I'm going to use the same hotkey that you use everywhere, and that's R, to just get that angle to look a lot closer to what I want.
Oh, God.
Don't go too far up. If you go like vertical, you'll see that the start is like so abrupt. It's almost like it's like skipping down or something. So I don't want it to be that far. I'm going to rotate a little bit out like that. So there's a little bit of a harsh movement, but not too harsh, if you know what I mean. There we go, something like that. And then for this end bit, you can see it ends rather suddenly. Maybe you disagree, but I found when I looked at the animation, it was rather sudden. So this final endpoint here, I'm going to scale it out by hitting S. So again, same hotkeys work all across Blender.
I have to animate it just like I would with these shortcuts,
if I play it back, you should see it moves rather fast at the beginning and then slowly tapers out towards the end to a nice soft landing, which is really cool.
Ah, there we go.
And that's pretty well... Yeah, that's a pretty good animation.
Control is snapping.
Now we could stop here, but the other thing we could do to get a little bit more motion in it is we could have the camera start closer to the donuts and then pull out as it goes further away. I hate that this keeps interrupting me. I'm going to hide that. Okay, there we go. Select my pivot. There we go.
You're annoyed by your own favorite software.
So essentially, we could have it so that it starts, like the camera starts right about here, and then it pulls out, and then as it pulls out, it goes a little bit further away and like ends back here. So have a think about how you would do that. How would you have the camera start closer
to the
pivot point? Right? Now you might think, well, okay, we could animate the camera pulling in closer, but that would be overly complicated. We can just use the same pivot point, but we can scale it. Because you can see if I hit S, look at that, the camera goes closer, and if I pull it out, you can see the camera moves further away. So what I want to do is I want to go to the final endpoint here, the frame 160, which by the way, you can jump to an existing keyframe just by using the up and down arrows. So if I go up, you can see it's that keyframe, or down, it takes
starting to run out of gas. Now is when I just start taking notes and not actually
doing. And I want to create a keyframe just for the scale information. So here, because this is the end view that I want, so I'm going to hit I and then say not rotation, but scale. So now I'm going to go to the front of the animation and I'm going to scale it in to get a nice close-up of the donuts right there. And then I'm going to add another keyframe, I, and then scale. So you should now see in your graph editor, that's what it's called, you should see your rotation information and then your scale information. Now you'll note that the scale is like where is the scale information? It's here, but it's so small, like the amount of variance here, it's so small that it's just not readable. And the reason for that is that it's trying to combine two different data types into one view, right? Because rotation is happening on you can see here, it's I just wrote over the top of it. It's 0 degrees, and then down here you've got minus 90. So this is a minus 90, right? But then up here we've got scale that's happening between a 0 range and a 1 range, which is right next to it, okay? So 1, you could just hide your rotation, or you can click on normalize. And normalize will put everything between a 0 to 1 range. But just know that when you're in this range, if you try to move a keyframe to be a different value, like you took your scale,
guys, I see the finish line.
When you confirm it, it'll snap back to where it was. And that's because with normalize on, it'll always put everything between 0 to 1. So don't do it if you're planning to change a value of something, normalize. But otherwise, it's okay
I don't know what he's talking about,
changing the handles, like in this case.
My toes.
But I'm going to hide my rotation anyway, because it's just going to get in the way. And instead, you can see that X, Y, and Z all have information in them because, of course, we're not scaling it on any particular axes. It's across all 3 axes at once because it's like it's the uniform value of scale. So, again, I could do the same thing here. I could rotate this. I don't want there to be too much of a difference. Like, it's actually pretty good by default. Like, the scale isn't as noticeable that it slowly ramps up. And it's good to have, like, a kind of a softer movement as it pulls away. But I do want to change it a little bit. I'm going to select these endpoints. I'll scale that out a little bit as well.
Losing it.
Just so that it's a little softer as it scales out. That is pretty good, folks.
Nice.
Now you'll note as I play through this that in the top left-hand corner of the screen you've got FPS, which stands for frames per second. If you play video games, you already well familiar with that term.
Yeah, look at
You
that.
can see as we play
It's real
through it,
spotty,
it can't really
but
make
that's
up its
because it's
mind.
trying
It's
to
like
render.
24, no, 25, 26, 20, 24.
I'm assuming that's when it's done
I think
rendering.
it's just
it
a
won't be that
readout
jank.
glitch in Blender. It's actually a constant 24 frames per second by default.
Okay.
But for whatever reason, it's kind of like fluctuating between.
Real time is
Anyway,
straggling
point
'cause
is you can
heavy
change
software.
that amount by going to your output settings.
I already learned
and
this from
underneath
Evatrosen
format,
because
you've
they
got
taught me,
frame
and
rate.
I'm a genius.
Now, for whatever reason,
And I
Blender
learned
chose
faster than you
24
taught it.
frames
Waha.
per second, which is really only used for feature film. Everyone else, for like TV or YouTube, it's 30 frames per second. You can also go 60 frames per second if you wanted to really pay for longer render times, because it means things have to be, you have to render like twice as many frames, but it means things are buttery smooth. You won't actually see it right now because I'm recording this tutorial at 30 frames per second. Anyways, really, the options that most people choose are 24 for cinema and feature films, 30 if you're a normal person and you're making things for internet or YouTube or anything, and then 60 if it's for like 3D content or something that has to be really, really smooth. Anyways, we're going to set it to 30 because that is the more standard frame rate for most things. I know people like to argue, but yes, 30 is, in my opinion, a much more reasonable frame rate for most things. And the final thing you'll note as we play through this is that it gets to frame 160 and then it just kind of pauses for a bit until it gets to frame 250 and then it loops back. And that is because the end frame is set to 250. So if we set this to 160,
mine's a little shaky, but I don't really care at this point.
You can see it will now play through and it'll get to the end and then it will loop back to the start. And also if you want to like reset this view in your timeline, you can hit the home key and that'll like expand it out a little bit. And there you go. So that is basically our final animation. You can tweak it, you can make it look a little bit more polished than what I have here, because when I'm recording a tutorial I can only do so much before people get bored. But that's pretty good. It's not bad. So, we're nearing the end. Go ahead, click here to join me in what might be the final part, where we're going to do rendering and forming that final animation. So click there and I will see you there.
Stop! Okay. I gotta go. I gotta go. I did it! Is it done? Is it perfect? No! Do I care? Also, no. Oh, I was trying so hard not to fall asleep near the end of that. I gotta say, 2 lessons a day is intense. It is not recommended. Oh, but if I did it 1 a day, then it would take me the rest of this year to get through this course. We got a deadline to get through. I want to get back to anatomy soon. Oh, thank you. I am done. I am spent. Yes. So before I forget, Evatrosen, you missed the round for this year. But if you are interested, I will make sure I tell you about it next year. The event is called Mandingo Night. M-A-N. Actually, I can type. I forgot. N-A-N-D-O-G-O. And it is every single year, without fail. There's just African upon African upon African culture everywhere if you care about that stuff, or you just care about good drums and dancing. Bless you! Did you just sneeze on my foot? Excuse you, honey. That was gross, but I hope you're okay. And they have a lot of things happening. It's at the Motherland Drum Shop in Inglewood. There's always events going down. They have a drum class that happens every single Saturday. It's $20 to rent a drum, but really you can just hang out if you want. It's a little far from where you are, but it's worth the trip, I think, and it's wonderful. It's every single Saturday. All kinds of stuff is happening over there, and they have another event, I think, coming up on August 16th. So save that date if you want to do something there. It's similar to what this one was. Not as big, but it's also awesome. So there's just tons of stuff. If you care about any of that stuff, let me know. I'll happily, I'm always trying to just market. I'm not sponsored, but I love it. So anyway, you guys, I'm going to take off. I have some coding to do now because I'm working on another video, as always. But if you happen to want any of the notes that I took today, you can go get them for only $3 on my Patreon. It's at the very bottom of my Discord description, and you can go get it if you want over there. If you wanted it already, you would have it. If you don't have the funds, I totally understand. I appreciate it regardless. Thank you. If you are unable to, no worries. But other than that, I'll see hopefully some more of you every other Tuesday and Sunday. Well, not every other, every Tuesday I'm doing fan art. Every Sunday I'm doing knowledge. And we're going to do our final Blender lesson next time so we can get to the anatomy. Yay! All right. I'm going to power through some coding and not take a nap because I'm stubborn. But everyone else have a wonderful evening /day/morning, and I'll see you hopefully next week.